Hey loves, this is Bree and this is Life No Filter. Welcome to my channel. This is the space where I'll be real, raw, unfiltered, and transparent. I started this channel because telling my story helps me heal. And I know that by being open, it might help somebody else find their healing too. What you'll see here is my journey to becoming the woman of my dreams. The luxury, the soft life, the struggles, the faith, the glow up, the beauty, the pain, all of it. This channel is me, no filter. My name is Brianna, but everybody calls me Bree. I'm 36 years old and I'm a mother to two beautiful little girls. I'm raising them in my household alone. Their fathers are active in their lives and I'll never take that away. But the day-to-day, the home, the schedules, the late nights, the early mornings, that's on me. And honestly, a lot of days I feel lonely. That loneliness made me allow people and situations into my life I had no business allowing. All out of fear of being alone. But I had to stop borrowing myself out to fill up gaps. So now I'm dating myself. I'm becoming friends with myself. I'm taking myself out. I'm getting to know myself, treating myself, and doing for myself what I used to beg others to do for me. Because how can I require love, consistency, or effort from somebody else if I'm not first giving it to myself? I'm learning to be the one who shows up for me. I crave luxury. I crave beauty. I crave love, but not the surface kind. I want inner beauty, inner peace, inner love. I love intellect. I love conversation that challenges me and lifts me up. The more time I spend with myself, the more I realize these things aren't just given to me. I build them. I protect them. I cultivate them. Since my birthday on August 11th, my life has been in full rearrange mode. At first, I thought it was a mess. Now, I know God was making space. I prayed to him and I asked him to remove what wasn't meant for me. I asked him to clear the clutter so he could place what he wanted in my life. And he started doing exactly that. But the clearing has been costly emotionally. And sometimes it didn't look like a blessing in the moment. One of the hardest decisions I had to make thus far was hanging up my real estate license. I have poured so much into that dream. I've been at my full-time job 5 years and I learned their code of conduct didn't allow selling to coworkers. I sold a home to a supervisor. She was not my direct boss, and someone I thought was close to me reported it. It blew up and suddenly I had to choose. Keep my license or keep my job. Pride came first, I'm not gonna lie. I thought, no. I worked way too hard for that license. I put my blood, sweat, and tears. Ain't no way I'm letting that go. I will quit this job before I give up real estate. Thankfully, though, my boss and her boss told me to breathe and think. I took it to God and he gave me clarity. My plan is not his plan. As much as I wanted to keep the license, God showed me I wasn't finished where I was. That was a lesson in obedience, and it hurt. Obedience doesn't always feel like victory. It sometimes looks like loss. Hanging up my license hit me financially and emotionally hard. It stung harder because the hurt came from someone I trusted. But if I'm honest, the worst wounds in my life have come from people close to me. But in the surrender, I found peace that I haven't had in years. Since then, I've doubled down on the word and therapy, weekly therapy, consistent work. I realized that my boundaries were weak. I was letting way too much slide, and I was inviting people in that God had already shown me had to leave. So I started closing doors and protecting my peace and actually following through on the hard cuts, letting people show me how they felt about me and just hitting my exit. As soon as I did that, confirmation started coming. I've been doing well in school. I always have, but everything started to accelerate. I was inducted into the National Society for Leadership and Success. I didn't even know what that was. I was invited twice. My job is covering my tuition 100%. These are confirmations, not things I could have forced, but things that God has placed in my life as I chose obedience. For a long time, I told everybody to call me Bree because I didn't like who Brianna was. I wanted to distance myself from the mistakes, from the girl who hurt, from the version I thought was weak. But what I didn't realize was that in order to step into who I am, it meant embracing who I was. I have to love all of me, even the versions I used to run from. Now I love Brianna and Bree both. They both brought me here. And listen, yesterday's Brianna is not today's Brianna. If you think you know me from 2 weeks ago, think again. You don't know me today. The price goes up daily. And I'm not playing about my peace, my standards, my life. I have to step up for me, because if I don't, nobody will. Everything that I've poured into other people, I've decided to pour into myself. No scraps, no settling. I deserve the full thing. I'm too dope for less. One scripture that has carried me through this season is Matthew 6:25-34, where Jesus tells us not to be anxious about our life, what we'll eat, drink, or wear, because when we seek first his kingdom, he adds everything we need. That scripture calms down my racing thoughts when anxiety wants to creep in. I'll remember he's ordering my steps, not me. I don't have to hold everything. I don't have to forecast every outcome. I just have to stay faithful, do the right thing, and trust his timing. So here I am, looking at this new chapter, a chapter where I'm breaking generational curses, undoing the patterns I inherited, and teaching my girls a different story. A chapter where I choose to be a woman of God, to walk in purpose, and to create the soft life that I crave, filled with beauty, luxury, intellect, and peace. A chapter where I keep dating myself, continue my podcast, pour into my daughters, and show up for my own dreams. And what you're going to see on this channel is everything. No limits. I plan to be an open book, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. We're going to indulge. We're going to eat. We're going to shop. We're going to decorate. We'll do nails and hair, pour wine, have honest conversations, laugh, cry, carry each other through the messy parts. I'm here for the full story, and I'm inviting you to come with me. So, thank you all so much for watching my very first video. This is only the beginning and the very first step in supporting me and my journey, and you and yours too. Thanks for watching Bree No Filter. I hope you'll subscribe and grow with me as I step into everything that God has for me. Until next time, keep it real and keep it soft. Bye.